Hello and welcome to Onward Journeys, a show about the latest research, advocacy, and stories in the spinal cord injury community. My name is Aditi Roy, and I'm the VP of Communications at Onward. In today's episode, we are talking about the brain-computer interface, or BCI. Elon Musk's Neuralink has implanted its first patient with its brain chip technology. The news made headlines across the globe and also triggered many outlets to highlight the work that Onward is doing with BCI technology. Onward CEO Dave Marver joins me now to talk about this development and explain what it all means. Thanks for being here, Dave.
Thank you, Aditi.
Well, for starters, can you set the stage a little bit and explain what exactly is a brain-computer interface and how does it work?
So a brain-computer interface is a recording device. And the purpose of this is to record brain signals, brain activity. In our case, it's recording an intention to move. In other cases, it might control a computer mouse or keyboard or voice generator. And the intent is that these devices, at least in the life sciences realm, would be used to help people recover functions that they may have lost because of a spinal cord injury or neurodegenerative disorder.
So how are we at Onward using BCI technology?
We're exploring the use of brain-computer interface technology to determine whether it makes our therapies potentially more effective. So as you know, Aditi, we're developing therapies to restore movement, independence, and health in people with spinal cord injury. And we do that by stimulating the spinal cord. And indeed, that's our unique position in all of this. We're the only company on the planet, really, that knows how to stimulate the spinal cord to restore movement and autonomic function. And we do it with one of two platforms, ARC-EX, which is externally delivered neuromodulation therapy, and ARC-IM, which I'm holding here, which is implanted neuromodulation therapy. And we think that by introducing a BCI, by introducing the power of thought, we can make the movement that we restore perhaps more controlled, more natural, more refined. So we're eager to keep exploring this realm.
As you know, when anything involving Elon Musk happens, it seems to become big news. What is noteworthy about this development at Neuralink?
It's good that Neuralink is in this space. He's bringing a lot of attention to it. He has a lot of resources, obviously, which I think from a competitive perspective, pressures everyone to continue developing things. But this is first in human for Neuralink, where they've put their chip into the brain. It's been there 2 days. There are others who've been recording brain signals with an implanted brain-computer interface for years. For example, our current partner in research is Clinitech out of Grenoble, France. They have 5-year human data. And indeed, we've partnered with Clinitech and their BCI to help somebody walk again. We've also collaborated with them to implant a person to use a BCI to help a person recover hand and arm function. So this is far beyond just implanting a chip in the brain to see if it's safe and can record signals. We're doing something with it. We're meaningfully on the road to investigating these therapies to determine if they're viable and can help people in 5 or 6 years and potentially reach the clinic. So again, not diminishing it, it's good, but what they've done has been done before. Their technology is very elegant. As I said, they have a lot of resources, and so more to come.
And, you know, having been a member of the news media, I know that conflict sometimes makes a good story. Often news outlets frame the BCI story as a competition to see which company can reach the milestones first. Can you describe how Onward's journey in this space differs from that of not just Neuralink, but the rest?
Yeah, all of these pure play BCI companies or entities, and here it's Neuralink, Synchron, Precision Neuroscience, Paradromics, the VIS Institute, Clinitech, whom I just mentioned. They're all focused on the part of this system that records brain signals. That's what they're focused on. And as I said before, I think I said it before, but the majority of them are seeking to use those brain signals to control a computer mouse or keyboard or voice generator, primarily addressing this population that has locked-in syndrome. So they have such a severe neurodegenerative disorder, they literally can't speak anymore, and they can't type, certainly. So this helps them communicate with the outside world by using computers and other machines. Very worthy pursuit, very worthy pursuit. None of them, however, can help a person move his or her limbs again and recover function after paralysis. This is our unique role in this ecosystem. We've spent the last 8 years developing purpose-built technology, prosecuting IP, conducting clinical trials, recruiting a very specialized management team, all focused on understanding how to best stimulate the spinal cord to restore these movements. And we think that potentially a BCI can make our therapies more effective. Many companies can do what Neuralink did this week, so implant a brain-computer interface. No other company can do what Onward is doing to restore movement across a range of potential recovery targets for people with paralysis. Now, we have to prove all of this out in global pivotal trials. We've done one global pivotal trial, and we've achieved our primary endpoints and had a good responder rate. The rest are coming. So I don't want to overpromise or overhype this, but I think people can have realistic hope that we have a couple of technology platforms with good underlying early clinical data, and in one case, good pivotal data, and things are potentially coming into the clinic. And so this is our unique place, this understanding of how to create or restore movement and autonomic function through spinal cord stimulation. That's different than an implanted brain-computer interface that just records thought or intention.
And in fact, last year, we had a couple of really noteworthy clinical achievements involving movement, both upper limb and mobility, lower limb. Can you get into that a little bit more?
Well, sure. And again, unlike just simply implanting a chip in the brain, there was a study involving a gentleman from the Netherlands. It was published in a very prestigious science journal called Nature, in which an implanted brain-computer interface was used in conjunction with an implanted spinal cord stimulation system, administering onward arc therapy. And that person was able to recover certain mobility functions. And he had more control over his ability to move. He could control his stride length. He could pause. He could traverse more complex terrain, such as stairs. So very encouraging. That was a first in human history type achievement. And since then, a person has been implanted with our Onward Arc IM device, this one, and a Clinitech brain-computer interface to help him recover arm and hand and finger function. And we look forward to sharing those results at the appropriate time. We also have funding from the European Innovation Council to implant several additional participants over the course of the next year. So we're going to continue driving forward in this area to learn more and to see how these therapies working together can be refined and matured. And if they continue to show promise, then we would seek to find ways to fund and execute a global pivotal trial and hopefully get these on the market as well. So a lot of work to do. It's very early, but I think we are, again, with all humility, far beyond the announcement that occurred today, or this week, rather.
Fascinating space and so many exciting developments ahead. Dave Marver, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And that's all for this episode of Onward Journeys. To sign up for company updates, just come to our website at www.onwd.com or follow us on social media. Our handle for all social platforms is Onward Empowered. That's all for today's episode. We'll see you again next time.